high. From this practical, we are going to look at the factors affect the resistance of a wire. The factors are the length of the wire, the thickness of the wire, and the material the wire is made of. And you can see in this board there are 6 wires. First two are nichrome wires, thick and thin, and the middle 2 wires are constantan, thick and thin, and the last 2 wires are copper wires, thick and thin. And in this board you can see there are lines across. They are at 10 centimeters apart. First I'm going to try with the thick nichrome wire for 10 centimeter length. You can see I have connected the circuit and I'm going to give the current so we can see the ammeter reading, which is 3.72 amperes. 3.72 amperes. I'm going to write down it here, 3.72. And then I'm going to measure the same length for the thin nichrome wire, connecting like that. It shows 1.99 amperes. I'm writing it in my grid here, and then I'm going to measure for the thick nichrome wire for 40 centimeters, which is here. It shows 3.60 amps. Now I'm going to find the value on the ammeter for thin nichrome wire for 40 centimeters. It shows 0.56. 0.56 amps. Now I am going to get the thick wire, the nichrome wire, up to 60 centimeters, and I will connect this end right there. And the ammeter reading is 3.50. 3.50. Then I will do the same length. I select the same length for thin nichrome wire. It shows 0.36. And now we are going to analyze these readings. For nichrome thick wire at 10 centimeter, we got the current 3.72. When it get longer, 3.60 and 3.50. It's getting reduced and reduced. And then for thin wire also, when the wire is getting longer, the current is getting less and less. We can come to a conclusion: longer the wire, there are less current is flowing. That means there is higher resistance. Longer the wire, higher the resistance is. Now we are going to look at what will happen with the thick wire and the thin wire for the same length. We can see for the thick wire, the current is higher than the thin wire. And we can compare from here also for 40 centimeters also. So there are another fact we can think. Thicker the wire, there are less resistance. Thinner the wire, the resistance is high. So we can come to one conclusion: the longer the wire and the thinner the wire, the resistance is high. And now I am going to check with another different metal. I will choose copper wire for 10 centimeter thick copper wire, and I'm going to check the ammeter reading. It shows 3.62. 3.62. So now I am going to compare thick copper wire and the nichrome wire. The thickness is the same because in the wire it is with the wire gauge 18 thick wire of nichrome and copper thick wire also the same gauge. So when we look at the ammeter reading, we can see there is a difference. So the resistance is different from the materials as well. So the three things we look at were the length, the thickness and the metal. When the metal is different, the resistance is different, and longer and thinner wires have got higher resistance. Thank you.